Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am at the Node. The Node is actually one of the new spaces at Jacaranda Hotel. So I should start by saying I am at Jacaranda Hotel today. This space is so beautiful. Can I give you guys a quick walkthrough? Look at this. So really beautiful for sort of like baby showers. I'm like, maybe my baby shower will be here. There's this beautiful little setting here. So apparently this used to be the pizza garden, but they refurbished it to the Node in 2016. So there's a wedding here today. So let's take a peek at the decor going on. This is so stunning. So I believe this is where the reception will be. Hey, it's pretty. They're setting up. I think they're like, who this? Let me go. It looks like I'm heading towards a restaurant. Am I right? Yes, this is the bar, guys. This is a very nice place to sort of like chill out with your friends, have brunch, you know, have a date. I'm feeling it. It's really nice. Look at this. So that's the look at the space from here. I'm peeking a kitchen. So for those who are wondering why I am at Jacaranda today, I'm doing the Q&A video for careers here today, yeah? So I invited Zach. Zach is passionate about careers, passionate about human resource, passionate about people finding their passion. And I have a bunch of your questions that I want to answer. So I'm gonna walk over now and introduce him, and then we're gonna get right into the questions that you sent for the Q&A video. And then this is how I did my makeup today. Oh wait, the light's changing. Again, I did my eyes. I have a little sty here that's healing. I hope you can't see it. I did this boldish eye, had my hair in an updo. I didn't want to do too much concealer and foundation, which I know is crazy. It probably may look like it's incomplete makeup, but Kate Masharia is so good at taking you through these tutorials, and this is what I ended up doing. I just didn't feel like having a heavy face of makeup, but I wanted to look cute. So that's my look for today. This outfit is from Designing Africa Collective, which is of course Daniel Potty's company and brand, and sneakers. Could I ever go without sneakers? No, I can't. So let's now get right into the interview. Hey guys, so as I mentioned, today I'm answering your Q&A on career and business. You guys had sent a couple of questions last week across my social media, and I just thought it would be great to try and get to a few of them, but I hope the ones that we answer today are helpful. And by we, I mean myself and Zach, and I'd love Zach to introduce himself to us.
Hi everyone, my name is Zachary Kamau. You can call me Zach. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a public speaker, and a productivity consultant. Okay,
I do want to get into some of the questions, and I know a lot of these questions are also directed at me as Janet, so where I can I'll put in my own personal experience, but I just thought it would be really important to have an expert kind of give you guys the answers. So let's jump right into it. I have Laura_Shazi on Instagram. How do I transition from customer care, which is just my job, to my passion or profession? And is it true I need to intern first? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused.
You realize that career path is a long journey, it's a lifetime journey. And many of us get unsettled very early in life. And sometimes it takes patience to understand what you really are good at, what you really enjoy.
What would you advise her to do?
I wouldn't know her age or how long she's been there.
Yeah.
But I'd advise us to stay some time.
Okay.
If not done a position for 2 to 3 years,
Uh-huh.
you really don't know what that role really means.
Okay.
At the same time, if you want to transition from one department to another, it's always easier if you work for a young organization.
Okay.
So I'd advise us to start with a young organization, which allows you to multitask around different departments. They might not have a permanent HR officer, so you might double up as customer care and HR.
Okay.
But when you go into a structured, large organizations, it's harder to make a transition.
And patience. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but I guess it's about patience and strategizing and knowing when the time is right and planning ahead so that you plan for the unpredictabilities as well. That's probably what I would say. Wow, this one kind of goes into work-life balance. Mini Chantel asks, how do you balance between long-distance, family, and career? I don't know if that makes sense. So long-distance, family, and career. I don't know if you have any insights into balancing working in Uganda, your family is in Kenya. Maybe very quickly, do you have any advice on how to balance that?
I worked in Nyeri while my wife was in Nairobi. It wasn't very pleasant, but I tell people that work is a wholesome experience where all the stakeholders feel happy and satisfied. If you're very far away from your family for long periods of time, then it means that wholesomeness might be lost out, and I would encourage you to chart a path that allows you to spend time with the people who your work is meant to benefit the most.
So it's about balance. It's about being able to say, I'm in Nyeri maybe for a month and I'll come maybe every other month or every weekend if possible. I mean, that's the best case scenario. That's good advice. It's just about finding the balance.
It's about finding the balance.
About finding the balance. Joy Maureen 43 says, hi Janet, I have done arts and Swahili. This is BED, basically arts and Swahili and CRE, but my passion is in the media industry. How can I advance and maybe get a course to be in the field? And how can I package myself as a brand to be attractive professionally to future employers? That's a really good question. A lot of people, I think, study one thing and end up doing another.
Most people.
But in terms of getting into media, and this may not directly answer your question, I might want Zach to answer it more, is branding yourself to be attractive professionally to future employers just means, I think, being very focused and focused about the direction you want to take, using social media as a tool to amplify your message and your brand. I mean, nowadays I feel like social media is the new CV, so you kind of need to be careful about how you position yourself and also putting yourself out there. I don't see a problem with sending a ton of emails to every media house if the media is where you want to go. I don't see a problem with picking up the phone and calling. I think that's how I started. I like tarmacked. And a lot of my colleagues who are presently in media, that's how they got it. They didn't wait for a godfather to give them the job. I knocked on doors. I went to KTN, to the reception, and said, I want a job even if it means I start by serving tea. So put yourself out there, be aggressive enough to say, look, I can do this, give me a chance, and let me learn the ropes. Do stories on your phone that you think are interesting, edit them on your phone, and post them on your channels online. Start getting to grips of how you want to plug into media. Is it radio? Is it TV? Is it print? Start by doing something at home. Zach, if you can very briefly take a jab at this phenomenon of studying one thing and doing another, and branding yourself attractively.
The school environment, the academic system cannot keep up with changes in the marketplace.
Right.
Most of the time the marketplace changes rapidly and the education system takes time to adjust. However, going to school is like learning how to eat, like I mentioned. You see, you've been taught to eat, but you will figure out which is the best delicacy for yourself. It's just a stepping stone to allow you to get into the job market. Okay. And so at the beginning, you might need to experiment. And most of the people either discover what they're very good at, or they are discovered. So for you to be discovered, you need to be available for assignments, and it might be off what you really thought you were up to.
Okay, that's interesting. And how do you package yourself to be attractive to employers? That's a question that gets asked a lot, especially by younger people. So what would you advise?
The two ends. There is the issue of branding, and people believe branding is something you wear on yourself. Right. But I believe branding is something that you become, because if you're wearing it, it will wear out eventually. All right. People need to know what value you offer, and sometimes they wouldn't know unless they give you a mundane assignment. Many of the entrepreneurs I've interviewed and some of the top leaders in organizations were given some mundane assignment. Can you help me with this, or can you helped me sort out this. I know a lady who started as a tea lady and now is in customer care at Safaricom.
Yeah.
Because she started taking minutes, and then they figured she had very good English, and then she became a travel consultant, and Safaricom happened to be one of our clients, and now she's working for Safaricom as a customer care, right? But she was available and she was taking up assignments as they came her way.
I really like that, and I think I'll end that bit by saying, and it's actually what Zach has alluded to with that example of that lady. Put yourself out there, and even if you're given an assignment that doesn't necessarily work, if it's a stepping stone, do it to the best of your abilities. This thing of you need to have a perfect job on day one is a big misconception. Yay, our tea has arrived. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Come into the shop. Morning. How are you? I was just about to be like, where is the... This is the decaf coffee?
Yeah, this is the decaf coffee, you know?
Okay, we have our decaf lattes and teas, so we're good now. I want to take some questions from Facebook. Julia Omondi asks, is advancing your studies to improve your career really worth it?
Yes, if you really are very clear on your career path, then it's important to invest in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually critical.
Invest in your studies, guys. So someone said professional indemnity insurance would be a good feature to discuss. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I have had an experience when I was working.
Maybe first you can explain a little bit for those who might not know what it is. Yeah.
Professional indemnity is where you commit a professional misconduct, or you make a poor judgment. Like you're a doctor, someone dies and you don't care, or you're a lawyer and then something goes wrong.
Okay.
For someone.
Okay.
If you have no professional cover, if you're a professional on your own, it means that you meet the liability from your out of pocket.
Is it something that insurers are keen to do though, or is it something that they shy away from?
Insurers are keen to do it.
Okay.
The professionals, on the other hand, are not aware that they actually need it. It's not very clear to them that why they need it.
Okay.
And most professionals actually need professional indemnity. As long as your profession is mandated, is under an act of parliament, for
Right.
instance,
Okay.
it means it is in the law and there are things you ought or not ought to do. So if you find yourself in a position where you're handling client information or client money, you're exposed.
Okay.
And most accountants and lawyers will tell you that they have some level of exposure. Actually, many of them are aware, only that some of them don't know how to mitigate against it.
Okay.
Some of the benefits of the Resolution Insurance business insurance product include covering your business from loss of money in certain circumstances, and include also covering your business from burglary. Make sure you look at the link in the description box below to learn more.
Okay, I hope you learned something from that short VO. And please, I'm going to link the Resolution website in the description box below and their phone number as well. So please give them a call and find out more and go pay them a visit. And just know that this is something so crucial to take out as well as you're advancing in your career. Diana Wanja on Instagram, as a woman, how do you deal with men who are above you career-wise, who insist on inappropriate dinners and the likes?
All right, the best thing that you can bring to the workplace, besides your skill set, is your values.
Right.
And people who have values are easy to identify. They will be known. So if you have values and you are assertive, you assert your values upon others. It doesn't matter their position, whether they are above you. If you're assertive about your value system, people respect it, and then they respect you. And they, in spite of maybe it might derail you, believe me, it's worth it. It's worth to assert.
Yeah. You have to be assertive. I like that. In my case, if I can speak for myself, I also just use my focus and my gut feeling and my expertise and professionalism to build myself up in a male-dominated industry. Is it easy? No. But I think if you prove yourself time and time again, it's your skill set that gets you recognized and elevates you, other than the fact that the sexism gets in the way. Sexism does get in the way. It really does. And it's intimidating, and I feel like there should be like a transition course for young people, not just women, men and women, going into the workplace, so that when they're faced with these issues, they kind of have the coping tools. You mentioned you have a program.
Yes.
I think now you can talk a little bit about it.
I have a program. It's called Propel.
Propel, okay.
And actually say, before you got married, probably went through premarital counseling. You did?
Yeah.
So I keep asking people, so why is there not pre-employment counseling? Because that's what you need.
It's such a good point.
So I'm starting a program around pre-employment and employment counseling.
Yeah.
And so we'll have a monthly session. First one is on the 12th of next month.
The 12th of May.
12th of May.
Okay.
I'm offering a free ticket to one of you viewers.
This video has a giveaway. You see why you should subscribe to my channel? I'm just saying. So wait, Zach is offering one of you a chance to a session that will prepare you for employment. Is it employment or just business and career and being your own boss or being employed?
Career and employment. If you are pre-employment or you're in employment and you're having a bad work experience, then this is for you. I encourage everyone to attend.
I'm gonna one-up him. He's giving out a ticket. I'm also gonna sponsor someone because I wanted there to be one man and one woman from my followers who benefits from this. So not this week, but next week I'm going to announce how you can win that, because at the end of this video I want to talk about the giveaway for tomorrow, which is Wednesday, because this video is going to go out today on a Tuesday, so I want to save that for this video. So next week, look out for the announcement on how 2 people, 1 man, 1 woman, can win a chance to attend Propel, which is founded by Zach. Is it just you, or did you co-found it with someone else?
I co-founded it with someone else.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And how long is it? About how long is the class?
It's about, we only run a monthly class, but that class is 2 hours. Okay. And we always find a new topic every month that we can discuss.
I'm going to answer about 1 or 2 more questions, guys, because there is so little time. Valentine Time. That's honestly how your name looks like it's spelled. How do you ask for a pay rise and get the employer to give you one?
I'll advise her to attend the sessions. Maybe because that's a very complicated question.
Okay.
However, you must first of all prove that you want what you're asking.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to take 1 more question from Facebook. Sam Nikki. People have degrees, for example, in commerce, but are seated in an office doing a very different job from what they learned. Is it scarcity of jobs in their specialization, or was it not their passion? That's another question people kind of struggle with a lot.
I feel that our education system is a competitive one. When you take up an A kind of course, like medicine, it's because you're aware there are very few doctors. But it doesn't mean that you'll enjoy being a doctor, but you're doing it because you feel you are getting into a very competitive work environment. However, if you ask me, I would encourage people to take the lighter courses like arts and then experience the workplace and then decide they want to specialize, and they can specialize after they've gone through their work experience. Instead of casting your career in a certain way, and then suddenly you realize that you don't really enjoy it. Because you're trying to be competitive at the workplace by using your academic qualifications.
And not your passion.
And not your passions or your natural endowment.
I think there's a couple of things I've taken away from this discussion, because this is where we'll end it. But definitely it's a bit about strategizing and being patient, which I know a lot of the young people today are hungry for that microwave solution. I want this now, I want it here. I don't know whether we can cap the video at that. A lot of people saying, you're saying, Janet, that I should be employed. I should work for 3 years. That job is not there. What do you want me to do?
I have talked to about 10 employers. I am one of them. It is very hard to find employees. It's the other way around.
What?
Yes.
So you're saying the people who are posting at me saying, I can't find a job, finding jobs in Kenya is so hard, which they have a legit concern. Sometimes it's difficult, even if you're qualified. But you're saying flip of the coin is they need to improve their skill set to be more employable? In a way, is that kind of what you're insinuating?
You see, the problem is that we are a consumer society. We want a job to serve us. But a job serves a bigger cause. So you ought to understand that you're going in to serve a bigger cause, not yourself. Most of the people who are looking for jobs are seeking a very narrow-ended personal satisfaction, which is not possible because we are running an economy and you must deliver something that is of value to someone else.
Yeah. Wow. Depth. That hit home for me because I never really looked at it that way. But again, guys, we literally have to end it there. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for your insights, and most of all, thank you for your passion in wanting to help other people realize their passion. That's something that we need more of. We need a lot more mentors. I feel for the 20, even 30-year-olds of this generation who feel like there's a mentorship gap, and who also feel like they're groping in the dark in terms of what do I do? I kind of want to even become fully on social media. I want to be in this industry or that industry, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to start. So hopefully we've answered some of your questions, and like I said, very likely we'll do a part 2 at some point because I know y'all are gonna ask for it. So thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
So guys, remember I told you that I want to spend a day with some of you. So for this particular day, don't get mad. I need a group of women who are on a pregnancy journey as well. For any man who's scowling, I'm gonna do a meet and greet very soon where I want to spend time with all of you, man, woman, not expectant, but for this particular one, next week. This is what I want. This contest is called Bumps Are Beautiful. It's going to be purely on Instagram because it's a very pictorial kind of contest, and I want 10 people, and it has to be the first 10 women who can post a baby bump of themselves and talk about their own pregnancy journey, good or bad. We kind of take you as you come. I will then repost the 10, literally back to back, and you guys have to like the images, and the 5 images that get the most likes, those are the 5 women I'm going to spend the day with. It's that simple, okay? So bumps are beautiful, that's the hashtag you will use, and I'm going to leave it for 24 hours because then I'm going to have to close it then. And the ones that get the most likes, those are the 5 women I'm going to spend the day with, and I'll be telling you what we'll be doing. You will love it, okay? So I want you guys to just go ahead and have fun with it, and I'd love to spend the day with you, so make sure you do that. Thank you so much to Jacaranda Hotel for letting us shoot in this beautiful place called The Node. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage of Jacaranda Hotel. It's been around since 1963, guys, but it's been refurbished in such a beautiful way. Come down to The Node for lunch, brunch, baby shower, birthday party. It's a fantastic space. So thank you so much once again to Jacaranda. Thank you to Resolution Insurance, as always, for your cover and for always following and subscribing. Please make sure you do. And I'll see you guys back here very soon.